It's also building up strength in their muscles. Everyone's picking on that little one. Oh, here we go. Sure, very feisty. And you see them how they always try and go for their back and pounce onto the spine. Very much like what we witnessed last night with the buffalo. Found a tree and a termite mound again to play on. That seems to be the favorite toy this afternoon, is fallen trees and termite mounds. And I suspect that once they get a leg that they've detached from the buffalo, if the tail is around, they'll be playing with that shortly. Going over to say hello. Not too bothered in saying hello to Amber Eyes. Coming over to your tree again. Looks like it. Almost. Yes. This is the favorite tree, everybody. That everybody was climbing on earlier. Contemplating life. I think is watching the others quite closely. But they're not really feeding. There's one female that you can't really see her. Hopefully these girls, they're now grooming each other, are going to get up and walk that way. You can see Amber Eyes looking as beautiful as always. No, don't go back down. Seeing as we just watched those lions mate, Laura's made a comment saying that she's heard that lions can mate up to 100 times in one day. Now, Laura, that is true. You did read or hear correctly. Now, that will only last for about the first day, though. So, initially, they'll start to mate every 10 to 15 minutes. And as that goes on, the time period sort of slows down. Eventually, it gets to half an hour, then it gets to 45 minutes, and then it's every hour and a half, and that's sort of spread over 3 or 4 days. Just depends how long that female's in estrus for. So it's quite exhausting. You can imagine that the male lion in particular loses condition quite quickly, and he tends to forget about eating. Right. I'm not even going to try and guess what these lionesses are going to do now because I have no idea. But she's going over to the cubs. She's summoning them. Oh my goodness, she's being attacked. No, they're too big to pick up now. You can't pick them up. Let's see if she's maybe going to collect them. What do you want to do with them? This is the second time you've come over and told everybody to come with you. Well, those are obviously her little cubs. All those two that are cuddled quite close to her. Right, we're going to see another little greeting ceremony. Rubbing of the head. There we go. I also want in on that, please. Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you so much. I don't know if that's how lions sound, but I like to give them little voices every now and then. Now, I'm sure last night they must have come and drank some water. After they fed, they would have been quite exhausted after taking down that buffalo. Oh, got it in a headlock. Of whining. Ooh. Very feisty. Careful now, otherwise Mom's going to come and intervene. Look at this lion. Great technique. Now the older cubs are getting very rough with the youngsters. Now they do have much bigger paws than them, and they can fend them off a lot easier. And when they give a swipe, because it's getting very rough, you can often hear the little ones whine and let out a little yelp. But it's important. Well, they keep showing signs that they're waking up, scratching, yawning, grooming. All of those things, but I'm not sure what they're going to do next. I love Amber eyes. Look at those amazing colouring in her eyes. Yes, there we go. I think they decide, no, back down again. You see, this is everybody. This is normally what happens. Is they groom each other, they yawn like this, and then they move. Now we've got our friends coming back from the carcass. They weren't there for very long. The male didn't eat at all. The female had 1 or 2 bites, and I'm glad we didn't go anywhere. Ooh, it's moving off. Oh, Amber Eyes is not, she's moving away. I don't know if you saw how Amber Eyes got up and moved away. She doesn't seem to be quite keen on the males at all. Now, Sarah, I know you're wondering if this male is going to mate with all the females. It depends, Sarah. It depends if they're in estrus or not. Oh, bless you, Mr. Birmingham. You gave everyone a fright. So, Sarah, he'll only mate with the females that are in estrus. Anyone else he's not particularly interested in, he will leave them. So there are 4 Birminghams, and they all take turns. And whoever sort of just seems to be around doing a little check on the Nkuhumas, and if there are any females that are in estrus at that time, that will be the male that will mate with that one. It feels like I'm getting a death stare from the Birmingham every now and then, how he glares over. Not that we're anywhere near him. No, he's not looking at us anymore. He's stopped. But the Birminghams are funny looking boys. He's just naturally got a very swollen looking face. He hasn't got a very nice Roman nose. Scarred up, obviously been in lots of fights. Let's see how he's going to tolerate the cubs this time now that he's up. He's very calm with them. It's really amazing to see. Like I said, every other interaction I've ever had with males and cubs is that they're always sort of not tolerant at all. They'll, the little one will grab onto a tail and the male will just growl instantly and the little one will let go. But we saw it where we had one of the cubs jump onto the back of this Birmingham not so long ago, and it was quite amazing. He didn't really care. Fantastic. It's quite nice because there's a big yawn, because the little ones obviously want to go up and say hello. I'm quite fascinated by the males, but they don't obviously get an opportunity to really explore them. He's enjoying that scratch, as you can see. He's hit the spot. See what I mean when I say it feels like we're being death stared by this Birmingham when he glances over. I thought everybody had left us in the sighting, but no. Lots of grooming going on, though I suppose they were very dirty from yesterday. Good afternoon, Alice in Ohio. Now, I know you are wondering if it is possible for a female to be bored when the male is mating. We sort of saw that. Now, Alice, that is the general sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. That is the normal look that you see on a female lion's face when she's being mated with. There's not usually a lot of enthusiasm involved. She just sort of sits there and the male does his job and then she rolls over normally. I don't know if she gets bored. She knows that There we go. She knows that she has to mate copious amounts of time in order to have a good opportunity to accept the sperm. So it's important that they mate numerous times. Look at him. So he's not actually looking at us, everybody. The buffalo carcass is behind us. So I think he keeps glaring over just to make sure that nobody is coming through to try and steal the carcass. But there's no one there anymore. Now they've gone flat again. It's very confusing, everybody. But like I said, I'm so thankful for the wonderful cubs for putting on such a great show this afternoon. You can't still be hungry. You've been eating the entire day. Yeah, I don't think that Cheetah's got any more milk. I'm having a good chuckle to myself. Kyle from Michigan says that in the Jungle Book, the lions are referred to as the king of the jungle. Now, Kyle wants to know, could lions actually survive in a jungle environment? Now, Kyle, I don't know if you know this, but India is the only other place in the world that you can see the big five. Can you believe it? So in India, they have got lions too. And their lions, I've never seen them in real life, but I've seen many documentaries. Their lions are interesting looking things. They are a lot taller than our lions, but they don't have big manes. And I suspect that that's because of the thick jungle sort of undergrowth that they have. Is the same reason how sort of the Asian elephants don't have massive tusks like our African elephants. The vegetation is quite dense, so they've adapted to be sort of tall and slender, not quite as robust as the big African lion, so that they can move through all the vegetation a lot easier. It's quite amazing. So yes, Carl, lions can indeed survive in the jungle in India. I forget which national park, but you could probably Google it, and Google has all the answers to everything. Well, most things. We've got this little cub following one of the females around. You can just hear it crying. Oh no, it's not going. They're just playing again. But one of the other females has now moved over to the carcass, but she's just staring back at us with a belly that's almost touching the floor. But we'll go there in a moment. We'll watch these two little ones jump around. Yes, climb the tree. Well, those of you who are getting to know me know that I don't like watching sleeping cats. However, this is quite amazing to see. I think let's change position. Let's go around to this carcass, everybody. So we're going to move. Come on, Rusty, don't you give me a heart attack and pretend like you're not going to start. Okay, let's try and reposition. Let's go all the way around. Bump along slowly. Try not to get any punctures in Rusty. I don't feel like changing a tire today, though there would be a very good way to warm up. Is to change a tire. We don't want to drive over the little black stick lily, so we're going to try and avoid that. Okay, I'm going to put foot a little bit because I want to get the best spot. Just please bear with me as I reposition Rusty so that we get a nice view. I think we should go around again. We're going to just do a little detour. We can see them on the left. Oh, we're being stalked. Sorry, I almost lost me. I'm watching you. Don't even try your little antics now. We're being stalked by a little lion cub, but I'm driving away from it. Very brave because, of course, Mom is just standing close by. Okay, now we're going to get a nice... Ooh, this is going to be lovely. Let's go a little bit around. There we go. Now we've got a lovely view of the lions on the carcass. That's quite special. Remember, everybody, take your screenshots. I'm also going to take a few screenshots because this is quite nice. Now they've gone from using the fallen tree as a jungle gym to using this buffalo. Oh, wow. That was a good tumble. You get 7 out of 10 for that tumble, which you need to work on your landing next time. That's quite amazing. See, look at this female now. Look how she's covering the stomach contents with the sand. She's taking that sand right up onto the carcass, and they don't mind eating a bit of grit. They'll be all right. But what's important is that they need to hide... Sorry, everyone. Did you see that? That one got a paw full of sand in the face. Now it was sulking. So, as I was saying, they need to cover the scent. And the carcass is not really smelling too foul, but it's the undigested grass that's been sitting in the various stomachs, different chambers in the stomach, that smells quite foul. Now, that attracts the hyenas and other predators too, and that's something that they don't want to do. They want to keep this carcass hidden, but they haven't done a good job. It's out in the open. Ideally, they need to drag it before the vultures have seen it, under a shrub of some sort, but the vultures are already here, so the vultures have told the animals too that there's... But she's going to just try and... for that little one. But entertaining for us. Look at them rolling and wrestling. Very awesome. We're so lucky to be able to sit and watch something like this every single day. And I think for the last couple of weeks we've had some phenomenal sightings. Well, at least since I've been here, the game viewing has been top notch. I'm starting to wonder if the game viewing up here is better than it is down in the south. The only thing that the south has is they've got quite a good leopard population. But the lions are rocking. Oh, sounds like someone's getting into trouble down with the rest of the pride. Here we go. Now look at all. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lion cubs here. We've just got 3 that have stayed behind. This is quite an amazing sight. So you're all going to have to help me here. I can't get a full shot of all the cubs in the buffalo carcass. My lens is too long. So you're going to have to take some screenshots for me so I can have a look and share them all a bit later. So remember to hashtag Safari Live on Twitter, and then you can even send questions to questions@WildEarthTV, and you can tag your screenshot. We've got another tree climbing lion, sorry everybody. They're now climbing on an apple leaf. Look at that. Goodness gracious. I wonder if these lions don't have any Kenyan blood or Tanzanian blood in them, that they are so fascinated with the tree now they're chasing each other. Full of beans today. This is truly wonderful. And it's nice, we've had a change of scenery as well. So we've had all different types of trees. First climbing a bush willow, now they've found this apple leaf, which would be quite a fun time. Let's see, what are you going to do? Now, see how this female is now scraping out the stomach content, which they ideally should have done last night, and pulled it all out at once. Let's see, she scraped it. Now she's got her head right inside. There's just too much going on, we don't know who to watch, hey? It's exciting at the carcass, it's exciting by the apple leaf. Another one's going up the tree again. You can see there. They're getting better balanced. I've definitely seen an improvement on the beam this afternoon. And we've got another female coming over to join on the feast. Oh, I'm so happy that we were able to spend most of the afternoon with these lions. I was really worried that we weren't going to be able to stay here the whole time. So I love it when we can sit and watch them sleep, wake up, groom themselves, get up, mate, because we got that today too, climb trees, chase each other, eat the carcass. Pretty amazing. And everybody's left us. It's just us here with the lions now. We have them all to ourselves. Well, I suppose me and however many million people are watching this. Wow, look at those two. Darted off with a dash of speed. I think mums are going to be happy tonight. They're going to have the cubs are going to be exhausted after today's play. They're not interested in eating. They're quite happy just chasing each other. Let's see now. I'm hoping that the others come over too. If we have a look at those two little, well, the cubs on the right that are just standing underneath that female, they're biting on the buffalo at the moment, but their teeth aren't quite strong enough to cut through that hide. And I know Steph from Belgium wants to know, are they drinking milk and eating meat? Yes, they are. So Steph, they actually start eating solids from about 3 months old, which is quite young, but then they're also suckling. They usually are weaned at about 6 months. But they rely on mom or dad for opening up the carcass so that they can chew on the more tender bits. As I said, their teeth, I've still got their little teeth, their milk teeth, and they are unable to cut through that hard buffalo hide. Haven't quite developed the carnassial shear just yet. Learning, so they'll be chewing away. Like that one is chewing on the buffalo ear. Oh my goodness, they are loving this tree. We are loving you loving this tree. Keep climbing. Good exercise. That's cool. That's really amazing. So lovely. It's hanging on for dear life. That is hysterical. Look at it. Oh my goodness. I've never seen... That is so funny. Look at the look on that one's face. So unimpressed. This is like Comedy Central, everybody. I'm having the greatest time here all on my lonesome. And this is the perks of being able to sit and wait and watch events unfold. This is what we sit and we wait for. Imagine if we'd left a few minutes ago, if we left 20 minutes ago. We would have missed all of this. And I hope you were all having as good of a laugh as I was. And I'm sorry if you had your volume turned up and my laughter was booming in your ears. But I can't contain myself. Nature is just incredible. And this is why these wonderful creatures must stay out in the wild. And luckily, they've got 8.5 million acres of land to roam around on. These lions probably won't even see a third of that. Oh, you can see those two younger ones there. Oh, we're going to have another lion fall off the tree in a moment. So, now that's one of the older ones that's up there, venturing further along. They're getting braver and braver as they go. And obviously their balance is a lot better than some of those youngsters. Another bum shot, everybody. That's the perfect apple leaf bum shot. Here we go. Now, pay back, push it off. Lovely. I'm snapping my bum picture. Beautiful. I'm loving all the questions and the comments that are coming in this afternoon. So thank you, JD. You made me giggle. JD says that a leopard's tail seems to be quite expressive, but a lion's tail seems to be made of wiggle wire. I love the use of alliteration there. Oh, 4 cats in a row. And they seem to have no control of it. So, JD, they do have control of it. However, these little ones don't quite know what to do with their tails just yet. So they're still learning. But when they get older, they'll definitely use their tails for communication, for balance, for all sorts of things. We've got another female joining. But for now, it provides much entertainment for us, and so does Mom's tail. It provides a toy for them to chase. You can see the adults are so full. They're here, but they're not really eating. It's like they've just come to do a little inspection and change the scenery for the little ones. But this is just unbelievable this afternoon. The Nkuhumas and their lovely little cubs are really just putting on a show for all of us at home on this very cold, cloudy day in South Africa. It really doesn't get better than this. I love the way that they walk over the carcass like that. And something I must tell you, when I was sitting in final control yesterday, I was having a good chuckle at James when he was in the Mara, and he had that young lioness come over and try and re-kill the zebra. That was very funny. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. Oh, they're getting brave. Someone's going to get hurt. It's like at home, you know, everybody runs around, chases each other, and then someone starts crying, and then Mom comes over and reprimands everybody, and then the fun stops. It sort of happens a little bit with lions too. That one is, look at them climbing about here. I am not going anywhere, everybody. I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon with the Nkuhumas until the sun goes down. But let's go see what Brent Leo Smith has got and how he's doing this afternoon.
Well, of course, Dangerous Dave, not Downpour Dave, Dangerous Dave, has and I have chosen possibly the worst day to go birding, but we are trying. The wind picked up again, so we've migrated back to Djuma, and we're trying a different river system. We're now on the Mawati. Audio is a bit muffled, I apologize. It is because I am cold and I have put many layers of clothing on. No, wait, no, let me try. There we go. Let's put it there. Is that better, Dave? There we go. Okay, now you can. Now I'm no longer muffled. Now, we can't actually remember the last time we actually saw a bird today. No, I'm only joking. And they're not proving to be very easy, quite jumpy in the wind. But of course, while cruising the Mawati, we always sort of have that sly hope that we can have one of those, oh, leopard track, oh, Karula, oh, cub moments. But I did get an update that she is still on Little Gowrie, so hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow morning she might be back. I was going to torture Dave there for a second, but he's lucky. It flew away. And it's flying back. Time to torture Dave. Oh, it's coming at you. It's charging us, Dave. You got it? It's one of the hardest ones because it flies so fast. It is a butterfly, but I'm afraid it is outwitted Dave. Yes, no, he's gone now, but it was a citrus swallowtail. Hopefully, when the sun's out, we should be able to get some good views of them drinking around the little puddles and pans. Now, unfortunately, this cold weather isn't the greatest for frogs either. But as we get a little bit later, I'm definitely going to head towards some of the water and little pans. See if we can find a frog species or two. Maybe we can find the elusive dwarf puddle frog. Now, the elusive dwarf puddle frog is about the same size as my fingernail.
Did you miss me? Well, the Nkuhumas are still here, everybody, and still chasing each other away. Now they've got a bit of wind, as you can see the winds, the leaves swirling around. And I did reposition a little bit, just in case those little lions decide to go tree climbing and we'll have a better unobstructed view. Well, that's That's my hope. I might have to reposition a bit more. Look at this one. Are you stalking on top of a buffalo? Right, just sitting there. I thought it was going to jump on one of its siblings. Here's the little girl. See, look at that. Do you see that cheeky expression of that young cub? One of the females was trying to lick and remove the hair. And that cheeky little one over here, there's a little boy, it looks like it, he gave a bit of a growl. It's naughty. No, it's not. It looks like a girl. Sorry, I changed my mind. I hope you're able to hear some of these noises. It's quite amazing. Ooh. What are you doing? No one doesn't know if it's getting into trouble or if it's just a game. Run and hide! Run and hide! Let's see what's going to happen now. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat with excitement. This is so wonderful. Look at all those bums just wiggling as well on the carcass. It's a good bum shot, everybody. You've got a variety. Pity we don't have the buffalo's bum. That would have been perfect. Amazing. Oh my goodness, that one is right inside the carcass. Look at that. Hey? Oh, naughty. Gee, I can't wait to see what this little one's going to look like when it comes out. How dirty it's going to be. Going to be filthy. Mom is going to be very upset. Like I said, we're going to hang around here with Nkuhumas, and I believe Brent has reappeared again.
And another drainage line, another giraffe, except this one isn't skedaddling away from me. And this is a male, so we've seen both male and female giraffe. And of course, on the ever-present red-balled oxpeckers. There's one, oh, playing who's the king of the ossicone. There you go. Young bull, in his prime. Giraffe can live to about 30 years old. Oh, there's lovely long eyelashes. I think he's battering them at you, Dave. But listen to that. Dave, guess what I can hear?
The white-throated robin.
I can hear the nemesis. And also hear a very loud sunbird behind us. Top of that Ziziphus. Got him? That is not a Ziziphus, Dave. Yes, that is the Ziziphus. There you go, top right, the highest branch. There we go. Now, there we go, beautiful. There's two males. Oh, it's such a pity about the color, the light behind them. But those are Morocco sunbirds. So one of the biggest sunbird species we get here. Hey, Dave, pulling out the sunbirds out of the hat. We didn't think we were going to have too much luck with them today. So here we go, Morocco sunbirds. You can see that call is slightly different from the from the white-bellied sunbird. And there they sound almost exactly the same to most people. I can hear this is a bit deeper, in my opinion. Off he goes. But it does keep on. I heard one little whistle from the white-throated nemesis. I think we should change his name to white-throated nemesis. White-throated nemesis bird. Not from the white-throated robin chat. But I had a feeling we might get some birds down in the Milwaukee. Just it's a little bit more protected from the wind. It's quite pleasant down here. What track is that? That is the hyena. Last night at some point came wandering down the Mawati. Now that nemesis made a peep in this little thicket here, would be my guess. Oh, there's another Oriole. Seems to be a little bad party going on down here. And you can hear that liquid chortle of the black-headed Oriole. There we go. You can hear a white-bellied sunbird. You hear that much more higher-pitched, well, for me anyway. There, Dad spotted the black-headed Oriole. And of course, a raucous Franklin, crested Franklin behind us. Oh wait, there we go. You can see very distinct in that black face mask. Now they just love caterpillars, and the other day, just before I went on leave, we saw one eat about 9 greedy guts Oriole. That white-throated robin has gone silent again. As the wind picks up, I think we should go look for some elephants, Dave. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, let's go look for some elephants. The white-throated robin continues to be the nemesis. Now, Dave is the only cameraman who's actually managed to put the white-throated robin on camera with me. And it's only once that we achieved that feat. Isn't that strange? We've seen more live lion buffalo kills than white-throated robins on Safari Live. There's some fresh elephant tracks heading down the river. So I'm over this robin for today. Tomorrow is yet another day we shall try. But while we go follow up on these nice fresh elephant tracks, let's go see how the Nkuhumas are faring.
I don't know about all of you, but I am having the most amazing afternoon. VM and I were just saying we don't know where to look anymore. We've got these two who also seem to be trying to re-kill the buffalo. And then we've got the tree climbing lions of the Sabi Sands over there. We've got a termite mound. Can you see that one? Looks like it wants to go inside the termite and one of the older cubs just at the back. You'll see that one over there. It's very exciting. We literally do not know where to look. And I'd be careful of sticking your paw in a termite mound because they can give you a nasty nick. You know? No, that tree's too big, I think. Or maybe not. Yes, I think so. Very exciting. Attack the tree. Kill the tree. Now come back here and do the same thing to the buffalo. The females are all just sort of sitting around. Another female's coming around now. Ooh, it's our honeymoon couple, everybody. And she seems to be a lot more sort of receptive of this male now. Sorry, I was just trying to look. I'm a bit short in the vehicle. Yes, move out into the open of a nice clear view. He's very excited. Possibly when she sits again, he's going to attempt to mount her. See, that slapping with a paw. Come on, girl. See where she's going to sit. No, she gave him a bit of a growl, sort of saying, keep your distance, buddy. Okay. Ooh. Not happy with him. I Maybe going to take a little bit more courting on this male side. We are surrounded by lions. Look at these two. Look at these two are funny. I know this is quite sad to see this buffalo looking like this, but like I keep saying, these little cubs need to eat to get nice and strong. Look at it. See? Practicing that technique of one day hanging on the edge of a buffalo's nose. Those two practicing trying to jump on the back of a buffalo. That lion was not impressed with it. Oh, sure. And we've got two waiting on the tree, I think, for, like I said, an aerial attack earlier. Oh no, they're just going to be pulled down. That is amazing. Look at all those lions. You have definitely become my favorite lion pride, everybody. The Southern Pride are now out, and the Nkuhumas are in. I can't wait to tell everybody in the Southern Sands how fantastic this pride is. Game viewing, I keep saying this, is just to die for. Now the next thing that I'm excited for is for all these little ones to get a bit older and start hunting. Arcadia has made a very good point, everybody. Arcadia thinks that the reason why these lions are climbing trees is to practice their balance for when they will one day need to jump on the backs of the buffalo. Now, that's probably 100% true. This little one, however, has given me grief all afternoon. And I'm going to have to give you a stern... Well, I'm going to have to speak to your mother about your behavior. Look at with the evil eye we're getting. Sorry, everybody, my hat's blown off. I'm just putting my hat down on my head. And this little one keeps stalking me. I'm not a buffalo. I'm not to be eaten. This is one of the challenges we as guides face now. Is these cubs obviously get very curious and they want to know, I know I'm not supposed to go to that vehicle, but what are you? And they come very close for a serious investigation. What is that female doing? And you see how she's marching off. What have you smelt? What have you seen? Oh, so she just went... Now we've got another female that's... Let's see what this female on the left is going to do. Now they're all going. Wonder if they're going to drink water now. You see this? 3 ladies up and missioning to the east on the fire break. Maybe we're going to have to follow them. I think we're going to have to follow them. It's starting to get freezing, everybody. I'm at some point going to have to put a jacket on. But not yet. The adrenaline is keeping me warm. This icy wind that's coming through is not nice. Speaking of hunting and hunting techniques, Zaki from Kenya, who's been asking some fabulous questions this afternoon, so thank you, Zaki. Zaki wants to know, does the weather sort of have an effect on the way that the cats hunt? Now, yes, it does. Now, a number of different reasons. One, a nice cool day like today, there's lots of clouds, as also it means that this evening is going to be nice and cloudy. So, sorry. I just got like a boost of energy and zooted off. Now, this is going to be a great benefit for these lions to hunt at night when there's no other light available. So no starlight, no moonlight, which means that these lions are going to have a serious advantage. Also, there's a bit of wind. Now, obviously, if they are downwind of an animal, fantastic. That's really good. They really want that so the animals can't smell them. And the wind muffles sound too. On a cool day like it is today as well, they're not going to be using as much energy as they would if they were to hunt on a very, very hot day, which does happen. So I'm not saying that they don't hunt in extreme heat temperatures. It just means on a hot day, though, they're going to use a lot more energy than they would on a cooler day. My goodness, I want to eat or drink whatever these lions have had. because they have got some serious energy. I needed this for our safari marathons that we had over the last 5 days. There we go, my ear. No, it's my ear. I don't know what's going on, everybody. The females have upped and moved away. And they're contact calling. I don't know if you can hear the contact call. I think let's follow those females. We're going to do a bit of repositioning again, everybody. You can see those two are still up. Now I need to go back without driving over the stick. This big log that I don't think Rusty could handle. We're going to go back a little now. Actually, I'm thinking, let's maybe just go reverse out straight. That'll be easier than trying to do anything fancy. So we're going to get a good view of these lions again now. I just want to follow the females and see what their story is and where they're going. The lions have cleared. Okay, we can go around the buffalo. Oh, everybody's on the move now. You can actually see them in front of me. Take it out of 4-wheel drive. We don't need 4x4 anymore. Sorry, buffalo. And we've got our friend Cheetah on the left. Yes, you're not big and brave. Running back. Right, before the sun sets, let's go and see Brent's pachyderms.
So there we go, we caught up with those elephants. I'm pretty sure those tracks we saw in the Mawati is this herd. Actually looks like quite a big herd, maybe 30 or so. We're right on the periphery. And we've just got a single female and her wonderful little calf at the moment. Now you've always got to be a little bit cautious with elephants in the wind. But so far they look nice and relaxed. Hey little guy. Little girl. Yeah, let's move on. So they actually spread out all the way through the bush here. So I'm hoping I'll catch up with them shortly. So they're all moving opposite us. I'm going to go up ahead of them and then just switch off and let them move towards us. Hello, Ellies. Quite a few little ones as well. I recognize the one female there. Here we go, a massive marula and a massive herd of elephants. So I'm hoping that they slowly feed towards us. So there are quite a few little ones around. Oh, and there's obviously a fork-tailed drongo in tow, snatching up any insects that might be disturbed by the eddies. There's that female I recognize. Looks in incredibly good condition considering the drought. Very tall, quite a tall female. Elephants almost always on the move. Got to feed those massive frames. Every little morsel counts. I just love that sound. Or just sniffing out. There we go. Hello, madam. There we go. They're doing exactly what I hoped. They're going to walk right up to us. There we go. Out across in front of us. And you can see there's no aggressive display at us at all, even though there's a lot of youngsters here. Quite often it's very important to let them come into your space rather than you. Oh, look at them go! Catch up, don't get left behind. How many have we got in front of us here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a few more behind the bush, so probably about 15. It sounds like there's some more further on, but I think we're going to stick with these ones. Quite a few more spread through the bush there. Oh dear. That's a new development, and I would say that happened during the storm. That wasn't an elephant that pushed over this large tree, it was dead, and I think the wet and the wind caused the roots to come out and it to fall over. Now, of course, that is indirectly from elephants. By debarking that knobthorn, they caused it to expire. So there we go. Sometimes it's so wonderful to just sit quietly with elephants, especially when they're talking to each other. Those low rumbles are so fantastic. Now, Natasha's wondering whether two elephants of the same age could be of different sizes, like people. And yes, of course, Natasha. And a lot depends on genetics and nutrients when they're young. Now, even here, you've got a couple of adult females that are of different size. I'd say she's the biggest, coming up behind us, of all the females that are in this herd. There she is there. Contentedly wagging her tail while she munches on the African bush. You can see when elephant herds feed, they can be quite spread out. So they're not all competing for the exact same bushes. I'm always amazed at how dexterous they are with their trunks. Now, the herd's about to melt into the bush. They're moving away from the road, so I'm just going to let them be, let them carry on. But Tayla's got the Nkuhumas quenching their thirst.
Right, what you're watching now is the females, everyone has just had a drink, and this female is now urinating, and you're going to see this male is now licking. And there we go. You see that lovely smile that he's doing for us? That is called the Flehmen grimace. And I know Brent was talking about, James was talking about this, I think, yesterday. Now, the Flehmen grimace allows a lion to pick up the scent of a female. So he passes that scent of the urine through an organ called the Jacobson's organ, which is situated between the nose and the top lip. And that will tell them whether the female's coming into estrus or not. And then the outward expression of that test is that smile that you see. I think my favorite animal that does a Flehmen grimace the best is probably a horse. I think it's quite funny. So when a horse has got its lip all curled up to you, it's because he's testing you. Now he's marking his territory. Just letting everybody know that this area is occupied. Also, if any of his brothers come through, they will smell that, and then they know that he is close by, and they can pick up on him. They did have a drink, and it is getting quite dark, everybody. So I'm not going to be able to stick with the Nkuhumas for too much longer, but we'll spend a little bit more time with them. But I cannot put a spotlight on them. But we've still got a little bit of light. We're also going to just keep our distance a little bit more, just because it is getting dark. But they're going straight back towards that buffalo kill. They had a very quick drink of water. Now they're heading back again. Before I move, I'm just going to there's one female sitting down and one little cub hanging back. You see that male again marking his territory. Be careful. Is this your lovely lady friend? Or has she already moved on? Oh, big yawn. Waking up nicely. Hello, Gracie. Gracie says this afternoon that she's so happy that the little lion cubs managed to get some food, and they've also got toys to play with. So that's very nice. Thank you, Gracie. And I'm so glad you're enjoying the show as normal. So yes, sorry, that is the young female that's sat down, that's laying down like that. And they've blocked the road. So we'll just watch from over here. Like I said, we're going to just keep our distance a little bit more now with the light fading. We do have infrared, but it's not quite dark enough. Oh, did you see that? Did you see she's contact calling? Just letting off very, very soft. There we go. I don't know if you could hear that female contact calling. Now, James has also asked this afternoon if these lions, this mating pair, will cause any danger to the young cubs. Now, no, they won't. I don't know if you've noticed that I'm going to say good afternoon. Good evening, everybody. Hello. How are you? Wonderful. Very, very good after watching all these wonderful lions. They do. They're up just ahead. There's a buffalo kill up ahead as well. Yeah. Well, enjoy. I'll see you a bit later. We just had a wonderful group of guests coming through. They're going to go past us very quickly. They're also just coming to have a look at the wonderful lions. Quite exciting, but unfortunately they're not going to have much of an opportunity to spend too much time with them. As I said, the light is fading. Now, sorry, James, Richard, I apologize. I got distracted with your question. But James wants to know, does this mating pair pose a threat to the lion cubs? Because mating can sometimes be aggressive. I don't know if you've noticed Those little cubs have been quite particular about when they go and pay that male a visit. It's sort of when he's moved slightly away from that female. And I don't think those cubs will go up to them when... hang on, what's going on? That female is calling. So those cubs are not going to go up to them when they are mating. They know to stay clear. Can you hear that? Who are you calling? Let me try and move up a little bit further, everybody. But that one female is calling quite a bit. It's getting very dark now, everybody. We're actually going to have to leave very shortly. Right, I'm just going to park up over here. See if she's still contact calling. As you can see, I also put my big jacket on because it's very cold now. But I don't know who she's contact calling to, because all the other lionesses are up ahead except our honeymoon couple. Can you hear that now? Maybe it's a bit better. She's gone very soft now. Louise says you can all hear better. That's good. If not, just turn the volume up really loudly. Now she's gone quiet. Thought I heard another contact call coming from one of the other girls up ahead. But she looks like she's going off on her own mission. Something's got her attention. And you can see the other guide has brought out a spotlight. Now, there aren't any cubs here, so we may be able to put the spotlight on her, but just with the ones, with the little ones, we're going to avoid them. She's very vocal. Let me reposition again, everyone. Just roll back. What? That's not... Just gonna go ahead. Just see... There we go. You can see her in there. So I'm very unsure as to what she's seen or what she's heard, but she's now she's changed direction again. But something caught her attention, and she sort of walked quite far into the thicket. But now she appears to be heading back to the rest. Hopefully the honeymoon couple will stick around for a little bit. We'll be able to spot them. But like I said, unfortunately, if these lions move up and towards the carcass, we're going to have to call it quits this evening. So I was saying how I'm very uncertain as to what that lioness was calling for, and Jackie had a brilliant response. Thank you very much for being very quick on the finger. Jackie thinks that she is calling for a more handsome male lion. You know, Jackie, I must tell you that this Birmingham boy is actually warming up to me now. I wasn't too fond of him in the beginning, but after seeing his reaction to all those young cubs jumping up on him and him being so placid around them, I don't know, I may be attracted to this male lion. Like I said, I've never seen that before. It was really amazing. So I'm actually starting to like him quite a lot. He seems to be very gentle-natured, unlike the two other Birminghams that I've seen. And there the honeymoon couple go off into the distance. We're going to watch them disappear into the distance, as we are not going to be able to put the spotlight, like I said, on those cubs. And it is getting quite dark now, and I think they've been harassed by us for most of the afternoon and deserve a little break from all the cameras and all the action. But they've been very well behaved, and there they go into the distance. Isn't that a wonderful way to end the lions. I thought it was quite great. They did everything and more. So we're going to leave them now, and we're going to carry on and see what other creatures we can find that come out into the night. So for those of you that are just watching this show for the first time, you're going to see I'm armed with a spotlight, as you saw just now. Now, I'm not going to shine my spotlight on any diurnal animals. So when I say diurnal, it means all the animals that come out during the day. We're going to leave those ones alone. So the elephants and the buffalo, just because their eyes don't adjust very well to this darkened light, whereas the nocturnal creatures, so things like lions, leopards, hyenas, and jackals, as well as bush babies, honey badgers, aardvark or anteaters, all those creatures are nocturnal. They've got very good nighttime vision, and we are able to actually shine the spotlight on them without it affecting their eyes at all. So we'll be able to look for things like that. Now, it is a bit chilly. However, I've never seen so many bush babies in my entire life as to the amount of bush babies I've seen since I've been here. It's quite spectacular. I used to think these animals, you'd never see them. And you just catch a quick glimpse of them every now and then. Well, they're very common, which is quite nice. So that's possibly going to be one of the things we'll be looking for this evening. If they're going to be around, I don't know. I could have just jinxed them. Oh, I'm revving. There we go. Maybe I must just take my vehicle out of 4x4. Perfect. And now the search will start for the nighttime critters. And because it's cold, I don't know if we're going to see any creepy crawlies, any millipedes, any scorpions, any spiders. Probably not this evening. Maybe some owls. Oh, good. I haven't seen any owls since I've been here. Oh no, I lied. I've seen one scops owl. I have seen an owl. It would be nice to see what else. A Verreaux's eagle owl. I've heard a few of them calling very early in the morning, but I have yet to see one here yet. If you don't know what a Verreaux's eagle owl is, it's the largest species of owl that we get. It's got pink eyelids. It's got quite a bit of white and grey on it, and they're massive. Really, really big owls. If you've seen a scops owl, they're probably about 20 times the size of a scops owl. And chameleons. We haven't seen our first chameleon yet this year. So that's something that we are looking for as well. But they do prefer the warmer weather. So hopefully one of these evenings we'll find some out and about. But I suspect that we're going to get rain. Now, I heard from a few people that work down south that it has been bucketing with rain since this morning, which is fantastic. And also in the Greater Kruger, and actually in the Kruger National Park around Lower Sabi, around Paul Kruger, they've had fantastic rain, which is really good. And the weather seems to be coming from that area. The clouds are now dropping slightly. I'm just looking up, checking, and they're getting a nice, do you see that? Look at that. See, they're becoming nice, dark and grey, which is good for us. So hopefully we build up some cumulonimbus clouds. Though ideally we want some, if we do want cumulonimbus clouds to bring us a nice thunderstorm. We had a spectacular thunderstorm, the first set of rain that we got. It was quite frightening. I'm going to admit that I was a little bit scared. I didn't sleep very well that night, and it wasn't a quick thunderstorm that we normally get in these areas. This one lasted for about 6 hours, maybe even a bit longer, maybe even 8 hours. And every time I just sorry, I'm trying to say too many words with S's at the same time. As I would slip on to dreamland, a huge crack of thunder would come through and absolutely frighten me to death. So then I'd sit up again. So I read lots though, and I studied a bit more and did all sorts of other things other than sleep. And then I think at about 4:30, the thunder finally stopped. Then I had to get up for game drive. So it was good. I had a siesta that afternoon though. It was much appreciated. And we're going to be checking the puddles of water too. Like Brent said, we're looking for some of the puddled frogs. Now, I have never seen a puddled frog before. I've obviously heard them calling, and I've seen lots of photos of them, so it'd be really nice to find one tonight. I'm very keen on amphibians, everybody. I just need to get back into it again, as it's been a while since the frogs and the toads have been out. So it will take me a few days of listening to their calls again. I even have the frog calls on my phone. Can you believe that? Not just the bird calls, the frog calls too. So every day I try and listen to a few of them and try and remember them. But it does help when you hear them out in the bush and associate them with something else. That's nice. So we've been hearing the Tandy sand frog quite a bit. We've been hearing a few of the reed frogs, some of the eastern leopard toads too. They haven't been too chirpy yet. I'll never forget working down in the southern sands. We had quite a few water features around the lodge, and after the first rains, the raucous toads used to inhabit these water features, and they were so noisy. Actually, I'm going to play the call for you. They were so noisy that often people would think it was a recording, and they would tell us, please, can you turn the sounds down? I was hysterical. I always thought, no, we can't turn the sounds down. I'm just trying to find the call for you. It's on my mobile device, a frog calls. And which one are we looking for? Eastern leopard toad. Let's western. Here we go. Are you ready?
Eastern leopard toad.
You even get the Latin name.
Pardalis.
Can you hear that? Quite crazy, isn't it? Now I'm going to play you another one of, I think is it, yes? Let's go with this one. Listen to this one. This is another one that we hear quite a bit. Now imagine when you've got about 10 of these and they're all calling at exactly the same time. Well, not at the same time, in between each other. I was chatting about time sharing for 3 or 4 hours in the night. It's quite painful. And I have a few times actually had to go and remove lots of toads and frogs from swimming pools in the middle of the night. Hang on, do I have a bush baby? Maybe I have a bush baby. Let's see if it's going to hang around. Can you see it there, Björn? It's a bit far. You see those little eyes? No, where'd you go? Don't be naughty. No, it was just there. It was actually probably listening to the frog calls. I'm just going to sneak forward. They do jump. Oh, it's still in there, but it's hiding. So it's straight there. A little bit further. Where did you go? We're looking for eye shine. I think it's down to the right. There it is. Did you see it just jump? There it is. Fantastic. Oh, goodness. That was nice. Now where did you go? Did you all see it though? We weren't making it up for a split second. It's gone now. I can't see it anymore. It leaped down to the ground, obviously to grab an insect of some sort. I think it's gone. It's jumped away. So it was on the branch, hiding away, listening to us on the frog calls. And then it leaped on down to the ground. I think it did grab a beetle and then jump back up. And now it's gone. Ah, okay. Well, we got to see one, and I know Betty was hoping to see a bush baby this evening too. So there we go, Betty, you got to see a bush baby very quickly. So while I carry on looking for other wonderful creatures of the night, I think let's see how Brent's doing. I think he's got a puddle for you.
Now, this windy weather is not great for frogs. So, of course, their predators are quite diverse, owls being one of them. Now, I'm just trying to see, sometimes you get lucky on the edge of the pans. But also, we're not really going to see a lot of the more aquatic species of frogs just yet. So they need nice grass cover on the edge, and that hasn't quite grown yet, as you can see over there. So there's not much place for them to hide in the grass and call safely. But anyway, let's keep checking. No luck at Chile Pan, which means frog pan. there ain't no frogs at the frog pan. Of course, generally the easiest one of those frogs to hear are the toads. Now they have a very, I'll find you a picture now. They have a very distinct, there's a very distinct difference between frogs and toads, even though toads are frogs. Aha. Now, most of the toads fall in the family Biufo. There's another. Oh, now I've got to test my frog knowledge. That actually sounds like a golden leaf-folding frog. I haven't heard one of those in months. It's been so long since I heard frogs. Excuse me if I'm a bit rusty, but I can hear one calling. There's another little wallow here. Very high-pitched. I think I can see it as well, Dave. Just zoom there. That little white spot there. Is that a frog? No. Well, let's try to get a bit closer. Now, with all the frogs, they all live in different spots. That's not a frog. Now, I'm guessing that frog is going to be calling from a protected area like that. Maybe. I'm quite surprised to hear that frog already. Let me see. Where is it now? It's gone quiet now that we're a bit closer. Okay, let's switch. I'm going to show you that toad that I was going to originally, and then I'll see if I can find a picture of the golden leaf-folding frog for you. Toads, 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 toads. There we go. Not pygmy toads. We want... There we go. It's in the trees. It's in this area here. Now it's called a golden leaf-folding frog because it actually folds the leaves and lays their eggs inside a little capsule there, so it's protected. Any toad will do. That's a more common one. The eastern olive toad. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. No, we don't want that. Oh, there we go. We want the picture. There's the picture of the toad. Now, oh, it won't let me zoom. Okay, you're going to have to zoom for me, Dave. You see there's that protrusion behind its eyes. Now, that's called a bufo gland. And it releases bufotoxin. So if any of you had pets, dogs or cats at home, that grab a hold of a toad and they start foaming at the mouth, and it's their defensive mechanism against being eaten. So there we go. Oopsie, there's a toad. Okay. Now let me just quickly look for these. There we go. Golden. Okay. So I'm actually not 100% sure that was a golden leaf-folding frog. I've just talked about them so much, I need to show them to you now. I'm a bit rusty, but that's the golden leaf-folding frog, and they are tiny. I mean, really tiny. That's probably this big. I mean, literally a little bit bigger than my thumbnail. But they are exquisite, and they are quite common here, so hopefully if we get a bit more rain, we'll be able to find you some of them. Anyway. Well, I'm going to keep moving. Hopefully something else pops up. Hi, Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn would like to know why or how do the frogs make the sounds that they make, and why are they all different? Well, there's a couple of very good reasons for all of that. So we'll start with the why. And when most things make a noise, it's to attract the ladies or to protect territory. So it is a territorial calls and attracting of mate calls. Now, why do they all sound different? because they're different species. And also quite often female frogs will choose a male frog based on his voice. Who's the loudest, who's the clearest. That's how they often choose their mates. And how they do it is through their vocal cords. They've got a big, incredible lung capacity, and these big sacs that they'll inflate and then push the air through to make the different various noises. Hi, Debbie in Vancouver. Debbie says, once the frogs are really out, she'd love to challenge myself and Tayla to an amphibian competition. I don't think we'll need too much encouraging there, Debbie. I'm a great fan of the amphibians. But as I said, it's not the greatest night for frogging, and better for a clear, windless night. But it's been wonderful having you on this sunset safari. We saw some lovely birds, some lovely elephants, and of course you got to spend some amazing time with the incredible Nkuhumas. So, from a dangerous Dave, the dish, he's carrying on, and myself, we'll see you tomorrow for a whole batch of new safaris. And let's go over to Tayla for the last bit of drive.
We haven't found anything else just yet. We're looking though. We're scanning the trees, looking on the ground, waiting to see that tapetum flash reflect back at us. Ooh, hang on. Whose footprints do I have? Hang on everybody, I just want to have a very quick look as to whose big footprint I have. Looks like a lion's footprint, I think. Let me just double check. So it's going to be difficult for all of you to see because I will need to just try and have a look as well. Oh no. Looks like a very big hyena. And I want to just show you something. I'm going to go back. So look at that. Can you see those footprints there? It's quite difficult. Now they look massive. They look like they're bigger than the size of my hand. So when I first looked at them from the distance, I thought, "Ooh, a lion has walked here." However, it's not. It is hyena footprints, but just displayed very largely in the soft sand. So that can be quite tricky, and that's why it's always good just to double check. But there were some clearer hyena tracks up on here. So let's carry on down this road. They don't seem to be too old. I just saw some more fresh ones on the left-hand side of the on the road. Maybe we manage to pick up on this hyena that was trotting down here. That would be nice, wouldn't it? A good way to end the show. Woo! Just having a quick little scan through here. Remember everybody, tomorrow morning, like this afternoon, we have changed the time. So tomorrow we'll be starting at 5:30 to 8:30 in the morning, Central African time. So we're running half an hour earlier to the times that you've been used to. And it's good. It means we're going to actually see the sun rise now. The sun was just beating us the last few weeks. Hyena, hyena, where are you? So, quick question for VM. James Richard wanted to know VM's opinion, if he thinks that the Pride of Lions was good enough instead of finding the leopard that he was hoping for. And I can see a big grin on VM's face. He's actually disagreeing. He would have preferred a leopard. I loved it though. Now everybody, it's been an absolutely wonderful afternoon with all of you once again. We have to say a big thank you to the Nkuhumas because they put on a wonderful show for us, and thank you to the lovely ladies in Final Control. I hope to see you all tomorrow morning bright and early for myself and VM. Have a lovely day.